Hey everyone, it's May 14th. Welcome to Travel Agents Helping Each Other. This is our afternoon session, 2:30 p.m. session, and we have our guest for today is Larissa from
Hi, everybody.
Travel-42. Hi Larissa.
Hi there. How are you doing?
Good, good. So thank you very much for taking the time to speak with our agents on the line. Um, we have about 6 people on the line for now. We're gonna give them a little. We're gonna give them a few minutes
Okay.
uh, to come up. Um, would you? I would really. A lot of people registered and are interested to know what Travel 42 is all about.
Wonderful. And this is honestly the perfect platform. Do you want me to start now or do you want me to wait just a little bit?
Yeah, we have Miri, we have Jonathan and Margaret. Hi, Margaret.
Oh, hi,
We
everybody.
have a few. Now we see Facebook user. I will I sometimes with the app we'll just put a link on and people have to kind of register so that system will get their access. But I'll let you know who the person is, and we can also have their replies, their comments here. But again, we see Facebook user unless you guys click on the link that opens it up, and then we'll be able to have your picture and your name. So hi, Rosemary. Sorry that it was difficult to find the live session, but we just started. We just started in the last 2 minutes. But yes, we appreciate everyone that is coming in. Yeah, we have tons of people. We have 16 people for now. That's a great start.
And
So
they love Travel 42.
yeah.
That's great. Perfect. Um,
Oh,
well,
Margaret loves Travel-42. Perfect.
Thank you, Margaret. I love Travel-42 as well. My name's Larissa Worley. If you don't know, I'm based out of North Carolina. Um, I've been with the company for about 4 years now. I'm customer support and relationship coordinator, so I mainly work with the travel agents one-on-one to help them get up and set up with the product. Now, what Travel-42 is, we are basically a travel agent's best friend. We have all the unbiased content that you could need for any sort of destination, any hotel, any cruise ship. We have news and alerts, and then we also link out to Travel Age West and Travel Weekly because we are under North Star. They are an umbrella company, so they own us. We have partners such as Agent Studio, where you can design your own website, and Access, where you can build itineraries. But Travel-42 is my baby. I've been working here for about 4 years, as I said. We have content that we specifically send out our writers that we have trained to go review these hotels, cruise ships. We have cruise schedules, and then also the destination guides, which includes city guides, points of interest, restaurants, museums, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll show you a little bit more about that information once we get into the site so you guys can see it.
Right. I was introduced to Travel-42, I think before you have, Larissa.
Probably with Weissman.
With
The
GTM Global Travel Marketplace, the first one that was, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. I got to try the system and got to meet a few of the people. I like the concept. I like the program. So I can't wait for you to show everyone, and we can start when you're ready.
So you guys know, we did Travel-42 as a combination. It was created in 2011. We have been around for a very long time, but Travel-42 itself was created from the Weissman destination reports. I don't know if anybody remembers those from the big red binders. I wasn't here then, but I have gotten to see them. So basically, destination updates would be sent via mail, and you would just replace them in your little red binder that you had. Now we have the Star Service hotel and cruise reports mixed with those Weissman guides, so everything's online. So you don't have to worry about updating anything in your folder anymore. It's all done for you online.
Right, the old star reports. So I think I heard why, but would you mind sharing why Travel-42, the name?
Yes. Have you guys ever heard of oh shoot. You wouldn't have just asked me that. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Travel, of course, is what we are known for, but 42 is the ultimate answer to everything. So that's where that number came from. And it was very interesting because I had never seen or read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy previously until I started working here and found that out. But yes, it's the ultimate answer to everything, the number 42.
I heard that answer so many times, and every time is like,
what?
So great. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
One of those weird answers, but it is true, and it does stick with you. Once you hear that, and then once you watch the movie or read the book, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. So it is a travel agent's ultimate answer to everything.
Yeah, you have to be a little, I guess, a geek or something to, but.
Yeah, but I love the movie. I really did. It was a very good movie. I need to read the book next, but yeah.
So we let's start. We'll share your screen. Let me get off the screen because I'm not important in this.
All right, and let me get. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Once you get logged into Travel-42, and we do have free trials if you guys would like to try it out and have never seen it before. I'm going to kind of go over this pretty quickly just to kind of show what all we include in Travel-42, but also kind of how to use it because this is our brand new redesigned site. We have launched one within the past 6 months, and we are still doing some updates on it. We definitely take into account travel advisor comments and feedback that we've gotten. So a lot of that feedback we have taken into consideration and have tried to update on the new site while we're still working on it. But basically, this is your dashboard. When you create trip plans, which is basically just a collection of the information that you have stored within our site, you can share that with your clients. So if they are going to Jamaica, you know nothing about Jamaica, you know nothing about the hotel they're going to, you can find all that information within Travel-42 and send it to them. That way they know, or they think that you are the expert on this destination, even though you might not be. And you only have to go to one place, Travel-42, to get it. You can get your destinations, your hotels, and e-cruises. So what we can do, there's 2 ways to start building your trip plan. One is by clicking here on this plus sign, and this is normally where I start a trip plan, right here on this plus sign, just so I know that I've had it created and I can add the information straight into it. But I'll show you a secondary way to add information to the trip plan as well. So first we'll start here by clicking this plus sign. I'm going to go ahead and name this one Jamaica, as we talked about earlier. Especially prepared for. This would be if it was like a group of people, or say it was a family reunion that was going on a vacation together. You could put in there Worley family reunion if you wanted it to show up for everybody that same way. The only thing you need to start a trip plan is the Jamaica name. You don't need anything else besides this Jamaica name. So if you're simply, or besides the trip plan name, excuse me. If you're simply just trying to create a folder, initially just to add information to, you can always add in additional details later on. For travelers, I'm going to go ahead and add a new traveler because I already have my traveler. We'll put it as myself. Enter in the first name, last name, and email address. Oh, I cannot type today. Okay. So you need your first name, last name, and email, but you can add additional information if necessary. I'm going to save that new client. Now, this is not required. We are working on getting this unread, so it doesn't look like it's required, but it is definitely not required. The suggested retail price would be what this trip plan, what this information that you have compiled for your clients would be worth. So if that dollar amount, so you think it's $50 because you spent about an hour going through the information, or if you think it's about $100 because you spent 5 minutes going through all the information. The choice is yours, but you do not have to put anything there. Same with departure and return. And then you can add in some comments too. Now the layout, this is where you can choose what information is sent to your client. First off is the cover page. If you want a cover page with the image and your information, of course you would check that. Show trip summary, include business card. You have a lot of options that you can choose from. If your clients love pictures, you can keep pictures or keep them off, whichever you would prefer. You can upload your own image if, say, you have an image that you want to put and have your clients see from maybe your travels or maybe from some other clients that have traveled to that destination. You can add your photos or link an image here. If you don't put anything there, that's fine. We will pick one of our images from the destination guide or the hotel that you choose. And we do have our own image database that we pull from, and the images are absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next Step Notes. These are internal notes only. Comments are for the client. So if you see anywhere where it shows comments, those the client can see. Notes are just for you and just for this trip plan. So if you wanted to put in a note that maybe somebody has a peanut allergy or maybe needs some sort of special transportation, you could put that here just for your knowledge so you can remember. But I'm going to go ahead and click Create New Trip Plan. This is going to take us to our workspace where we can then put in all the information we want for this trip plan. Now you can start out vast and just start adding information. Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Negril, whatever destinations you want. If you want to help them kind of pick and choose where they're going to be staying, or if you have a client that already knows exactly where they're going, you can simply add that information too. So for my client, we're just going to say they have no idea where they want to go. So let's just start adding information for them so that they can kind of pick and choose where they want to go, what they want to do. So I'm going to type up here, Jamaica, so I can collect the items. I'm going to go ahead and click Jamaica here. You can click Destination Guides, Hotels, or you can search for the search bar right here, and that'll pull up all the information that we have between all of them: destinations, hotels, cruises, see and do, and then shore trips. So I'm going to go ahead and view details over Jamaica. And that's loading our destination guide. So you'll notice over here on the left, this is all of the information that we have for Jamaica as a whole. I haven't narrowed it down to Ocho Rios or Negril or anything like that, but I'm starting out at the wide view of Jamaica. So far, I'm at my overview right now, which includes at a glance, the photo gallery, introduction, geography, history, snapshot, potpourri, and then hotel overview. Couple ways you can add this information is by clicking over here on the left-hand side. You'll notice over here on the right-hand side, it's added as well. Or you can go through the information if you want to read all about the geography, the history, the snapshot, the potpourri, the hotel overview. If you wanted to go on to the next tab, simply click See and Do down here over to the right, or scroll back up to the top and click See and Do. You'll notice the tab you are on is going to be the one that has this little pointed edge. That's always going to be the tab that you're on, and you can navigate between any of them. If you do not want to add any See and Do information, you can simply go on to Dining, Safety, or Tips. Now you'll notice, since this is the full overview of Jamaica, it doesn't have as many points of interest or dining. I will get into that here in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and just add some information for them. Sightseeing, some recreation information, spectator sports, shopping, and then we also have itineraries listed here. A day-by-day itinerary, day 1 through day 8, and then also local tours. So if you wanted to provide them with some of the local tours of the area, you could do that as well. I'm going to click Add All Itinerary Items. So now we'll go to the dining tab. So let's see what we have in regards to dining. Like I said, this won't be as in-depth as, say, Ocho Rios, but I'm going to get to that here in just one moment. So the dining overview for Jamaica, I'm going to click on that to add it. We'll go to Safety. Personal safety and health. I always like to include that in my trip plans sent out, as well as the Tips tab. That's one of my favorite tabs because we have the do's and don'ts, which will show you the do's and don'ts of that area. A lot of places, if you say Google Jamaica, it's not going to give you this information. This is specific to that destination and authentic, completely unbiased and authentic for that destination. You'll also have geostats that shows kind of the passport and visa requirements, some of the language, the telephone codes, money, weather, what not to wear, and then communication. Now, all this is unbiased information that we have provided, and we have sent our specifically trained people to find this information for us. Next, we can go to events. We'll add the calendar or that overview there. Talks about some of the events that they have going on in Jamaica. And then you can click on the hotels tab to find hotels. But first, I want to dig a little deeper into Ocho Rios, Jamaica. That'll give us some more see and do activities as well as some dining activities. So to do that, I just click that related tab right here at the bottom. Obviously, we know this is the tab I'm on. I'm going to scroll over to Ocho Rios, Jamaica and click View Details. You can also, if you know you want to add everything within Ocho Rios, you can click Add Item here. But I'm going to go to View Details so I can see exactly what Ocho Rios has to offer. We have around the same information you'll notice over here to the left. You've got your overview, you've got your see and do, dining, safety, tips, and events. But you'll notice that there's some more in-depth things here. So I'm going to go ahead and click see and do. This is where some of our points of interest, some of our amusement parks, some sightseeing, historic sites, zoos, and wildlife will pop up. So anytime you see a triangle, you can expand that information by clicking on the triangle. If you want to minimize it, simply click the triangle again and it will go away. We have Mystic Mountain Rainforest under amusement parks. You'll notice it's a gold ticket item. What that means is that this is one of our highest rated points of interest or see and do items. So these are going to be highly rated by us. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one in there. If we wanted to go into historic sites, Ocho Rios Fort, Seville Great House and Heritage Park, let's add those in there. Parks and gardens, recreation, you've got beaches, boating and sailing. There is so much information on Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Tennis and racket sports. Let's click on some of these. Some nightlife, bars, taverns, and pubs, dance and nightclubs. You've got shopping, bookstores, and then we've got even more day-by-day itineraries here in Ocho Rios. So we've got plan A and then plan B. So if they want to go to the beach and then go to the falls, which I have been to Dunn's River Falls, and it is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Then you have plan B as first rafting, then relaxing, and then plan C. So if you wanted us to plan basically their itinerary for them, you could send them this information. They've got 3 plans. They could do all 3 of these while they're on their trip or simply choose one over the other 2. Then local tours. Then let's go over here to dining. You'll notice this one's a lot bigger as well. The dining overview was what we had seen in Jamaica, just the Jamaica as a whole. But now we have local and regional cuisines, continental, seafood. So I'm going to go ahead and add in that dining overview. And I always like to add in all the local and regional flair. That way they can see exactly where they're going, get the flair for that area that they're going to be at. But you can also, and we have a gold ticket item in there. That's good. You can also go through cuisine. So if they have a specific cuisine that they're looking for, seafood is always a plus, especially at Jamaica, or in Jamaica, excuse me. And then we can go to safety. Personal safety, health, and then disabled advisory. That might be good to add in there. And of course, do's and don'ts. I love the do's and don'ts. Okay, so now we're going to go into the hotels. You can click on the hotels right here, or if you know the specific name of the hotel, you can search for it once we get into this hotels tab. But for mine, they don't know where they're going to be staying. They don't even know where they're going to be going. But I like Ocho Rios. I've been there before and it's quite nice. So let's go. You can compare hotels if you wanted to compare the basic information from the hotel. You can compare 3 at a time by clicking the compare button. Or you can view the details of specific hotels, which I'm going to jump into first because I want to show off the star review that we have. So when we send our our advisors to go visit these hotels and send us the review for the hotel, they specifically see and write what they have seen from that property. We've got the location and history, the property overview, the accommodation, the non-standard amenities, advisor notes, and then also comparable properties. That's under the star review, which I always like to add anytime I add a hotel. Let's add the overview as well, which includes the basic info and then the booking info. This booking information is not added to any traveler's report. So anytime you send a report, they will not see this information. Next, we'll go down to property. You've got your room amenities, which all of these can be broken up if you only want them to know the room amenities and hotel facilities. Wonderful. You don't have to add anything else, but you can also add in the restaurants, which I definitely like adding in the restaurants that are from that hotel. The meeting facilities, Larissa is definitely not going to be needing the meeting facilities while she's there, but we do note that information on here just in case it's a business trip or maybe it's a wedding and they're looking at a meeting facility to host a wedding or a reunion of some sort. We're going to add the recreation, rates and policies, location. You do not have to add any of that information. Now we'll go back. Let's see, this will bring us back to our destination guide, the Ocho Rios destination guide. You can simply go back or click the X button. And that'll take you out of the overlay and then back to the trip plan that we've created. So we'll see my collection so far. I'm still under the collect tab. I have not gotten to organize yet, but I'm collecting. So I have Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Jamaica. I've got my hotel, Couple Sansucci in Ocho Rios. I've got all my see and do items. And then if you wanted to add custom places, you can do that right here by clicking this plus sign. So if they were staying with a friend while they were there, or if they were going to be doing an activity that maybe wasn't included in Travel-42 that you want to include, you can put the website here. If you put in the website, that may help fill out this form. If not, if you don't have a website for them, you can also type in the name. So if it was going to be staying at a friend's house, place type, you can import, or you can put in as much information as you want. So if you wanted to add their airfare, you can put in the airport, the city, cruise ship, cruise, dining, event, hotel, office, other, residence, transportation, and see and do. This is manually added by you, so it does not import unless you put in that website URL here. But for Friend's House, this one was going to be residence. You can put in the address, the phone number, and then any sort of description you want to add. For flights, I normally will put in the flight number as well as the time that they should be there, any pertinent information that they may need when getting to the airport, as well as the seat number, just so they can have that all handy while they're traveling. But you can save that or simply exit out of it. Next, we can get into that Organize tab. So I'm simply going to go next to Organize. This would be if you wanted to organize it into an itinerary. We have a complete drag and drop itinerary builder. If you wanted to send the information as is without it being itinerized, that is totally fine as well. You'll always notice this blue dot right here. If you click on that, you can send, you can print and download, duplicate, or delete. Only delete if you wanted to completely delete this trip plan. It will go away forever. Or edit details. Say there were more details you wanted to add in there now, such as maybe another traveler you wanted to add in, or the specific dates that they were going to be there. You can do that under edit details, or simply drag and drop the information to the calendar. So let's create a basic calendar for them. We're going to go to June 2020, which is the date that they're going to be traveling. I'm going to take my destination guide. I'm going to leave the Jamaica one unorganized, just because that is just information for my clients on Jamaica itself. I want them to learn the history, to learn everything about Jamaica before they travel. Ocho Rios is where they are officially going to be traveling to. So I'm going to take that, click it, drag it, and drop it on the date they will be going to Ocho Rios, Jamaica. You'll notice now it only shows up on one day, but they are going to be gone for a full week. So I'm going to hover over till I see the double-edged arrow, click, drag, and drop on the date that they're going to be leaving. So now they are in Ocho Rios. You'll notice at the bottom, under scheduled, from Monday, June 8th to Monday, June 15th. You can also see that on the calendar as well. Hotels, I'm going to definitely put that one in there as well. I'm going to click it, drag it, and drop right to the date that they're going to be staying. So they're going to be at Couple Sanssouci the whole time. So I'm dragging it back to that 15th. If you needed to add any comments to these hotels, say you wanted to kind of put the pricing you have for them, you can click this plus sign right here, but beside both the hotel and beside the destination that they're going to be staying at. Let's see. Perfect. And then you'll notice that on the left-hand side as well, I've got scheduled all the way up until the 15th. Perfect. You can also add in the see and do items to the calendar. If you know that they're going to be going to a specific restaurant at a specific time, you can add that in too. So I'm going to go over here. We have month view, week view, and day view. I'm going to click on day view. Let's get to my date that they're going to be traveling. So they're not going out to eat the first night, but we'll say June 10th. They want to go out to dinner at Casa Nova in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. I'm going to go ahead and click on that one and then drag it to the appropriate time, which is 6 p.m. So now we have Casa Nova, Ocho Rios, Jamaica at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can make it a shorter amount of time or longer time by clicking that double-edged arrow. I'm going to keep it the same. Oh, excuse me, I accidentally clicked on it, of course. Let's go back. All right, so let me put that one back on there. My apologies. Oh, wait, I'm at 6 a.m. There we go. Still in there. I apologize for that. I was looking at 6 a.m. and they would definitely not be eating dinner at 6 a.m. So here we are. We have 6 p.m. Casa Nova, Ocho Rios, Jamaica. I have everything scheduled correctly over here to the left. I see everything scheduled. Casa Nova from 6 to 8 on Wednesday. Perfect. Now we're going to go to the Propose tab. You can either click it over here to the top or down at the bottom. I'm going to go up here and click Deliver. You'll see my trip plan, and I can simply scroll through it by clicking Next. And this is actually one of the features that we are working on. So you will see some pretty good changes on this portion of it. We're trying to make it so that the Deliver tab matches completely with what the print and download and send tab are reflecting. This should be done very, very shortly, or very soon, excuse me. But we're trying to make everything so it's uniform all the way across. So what you see here is exactly what your clients are going to see when you send it to them. But you can simply scroll through the dates over here to the left. You'll notice my Monday, June 8th has got my Ocho Rios, Jamaica information. And then I have my unscheduled items here at the bottom. And that trip plan has been completed. You can go back to any of the items over here at the top, or if you got back to the dashboard, you'll notice my Jamaica trip plan is right here. Let me refresh, because I think there is something being worked on here as well. There we go. That picture just needed a little moment to upload on there, but this is the image that we have chosen from the images we had for Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and for that hotel that we had as well. So you'll notice that image changes here too. Perfect. That definitely looks much better. So this is the image that they are going to see when you send that trip plan to them. And then if you ever needed to go back to that trip plan, say you logged out of Travel-42 and wanted to get back in, you can click this little bubble right here. And you have all the same options you had while you were in the trip plan. So you can edit the details, view travelers, send, print, download, or delete if you wanted to. Or if you needed to work on it some more, add some more things in there, simply click on that trip plan. And then just start adding more information into it by searching up here. If you wanted to add another destination, say they wanted to look into going to Negril instead of Ocho Rios, you could search for Negril up here. Or if you wanted to add more see and do items, you can do that as well. But that trip plan will always be saved for you to use if you ever needed to. And that is basically your dashboard where all your trip plans are stored, and then the travelers, which for right now I only have the one. I have Larissa, me. But you can update the travelers in there at any time that you get a new traveler. We also have our news and alerts tab. This features some of our blog posts from our sister products, as well as our IntelliGuide travel alerts, which everyone finds extremely helpful. Give it a second to pull up. My computer's taking a little bit of time today. But you'll notice all those travel alerts are up here. You can read more about a specific travel alert, but this alerts all over the world, all throughout the day. So if something happens in a certain part of the world, you will be notified about it right here. And then we also have our blog information. We have our Travel Age West, which is our sister product, as well as Travel Weekly. So if you wanted to read a little bit more about their blog posts and a little bit more about what they're working on, you can do that down here. Help tab, if you ever needed any help or got stuck on something, we do have some of our recorded webinars under the help tab, as well as a place to reach out to us if you want to submit a ticket or have a question. And that is about it with Travel-42. I can definitely answer any questions if there are any that had come through.
Some of the questions I saw regarding adding the price to a hotel, which I think you've mentioned that you could do that.
Yes, you can do that from the comments portion when you enter in a comment. We don't have any booking through our site. We obviously do have a way to get in contact with the hotelier. So you can reach out to them via email or phone number. But we do not have any booking capabilities within our site, just basically that content that will help your travelers feel more confident when they travel, and also help you feel more confident as a travel agent when you're requesting this information to them, because this is all unbiased content. What you see is basically what we saw when we went to that destination or that hotel.
There are links to some of the sites, the tours, the Mystic Mountain Tour. Can we edit these links if we have like an affiliate link, or can we do something with it?
The way I would do that is I would add in the custom place. If you have your own special tour provider that you're utilizing, I would put it in that custom place information. That way they see exactly what you're trying to recommend to them. If it's something that's not currently within Travel-42.
But what if it's, let's say, Mystic Mountain, that I have an affiliation link that people, if they book through me, we get commission for it. Is that something that we can edit the link that is listed?
At this time, no, but that is an idea we can definitely look into for the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any interface with suppliers? If I have a confirmation number with a certain supplier, is there any interface?
No, we do not have any interface with any outside suppliers. The only sort of inputting that you can do within the site is obviously the comments, and then that custom place if you needed to add the custom place information.
Okay. Looks like someone's looking for a job. Laura wants to. So are you hiring any writers, people to go and do some site inspections?
We can definitely look into it, Laura. I can reach out to you after this if that's okay.
Wonderful. So if anyone has any questions about the system, so you would define it as it's an itinerary builder, it's a destination guide and hotel review.
We have all the content you need to sound like the expert. So yes, very much so. We have the destination content, very in-depth destination content, in-depth hotel reviews, and then also cruise reviews and cruise schedules.
Okay. So you might, if someone's on the line here and they are familiar with Jamaica, think about Paris, think about London,
for sure.
think about Frankfurt.
Jamaica Yeah, Jamaica
or
was the
Bangkok?
first one that popped in, but we
Yeah.
have all over the world, hotels, all over the world destinations. You can search for anything you want to all throughout the world.
On the itinerary that we are sending out, or the proposal, we'll call it, can we put like a total price? Can we price per segment? How do we?
That's where the comments will come in. So if you wanted to put the pricing for the hotel, you could simply put it as a comment within that hotel. So it'll show up before the hotel review does. Or you can put it in a comment from the very, like the overview. When you create the trip plan, there was a portion for you to add comments. You can put in the pricing there. That's what some of the agents do. So it shows up before they get into the trip plan itself.
Okay. So people are mentioning access, which
That's
is
our
something that you also do. What is the correlation, or how does that interact with?
Well, right now we had talked about possibly having a combined product with Axis. They are our sister product, but we are currently updating our Travel-42 product. So obviously that comes first for us. We want to make Travel-42 bigger and better, but we do partner with Axis. Now, as of now, there's no way to bring in the itineraries or anything into Travel-42. But if you have both Travel-42 and Axis Travel app, you can bring in the destination guides within your itineraries on Axis.
So Axis is the actual itinerary builder.
Axis can bring in bookings and import bookings from different suppliers that you may have bookings through. Where Travel-42, we do have that drag and drop itinerary builder that you can make as in-depth as possible, but that's with all the vast content that we have within Travel-42.
Okay, and Ingrid, I don't think you need to break down the trip in comments. I mean, you can add the flights, right? Larissa, manually, can we build the flights? Okay,
Yep,
so
that
we
was
can
where
add the flights.
Was yes.
In the comment, you can just break down the price, or just write $5,000 or whatever it is.
If you wanted to do an overview, like a comment of the whole trip plan, you could simply put airfare cost or hotel cost, or this is your cancellation policy, things like that. Or if you wanted to go in and specifically put a comment on the hotel, this is the hotel cost. And then you want to go into the see and do activity and put a comment. You can do that as well. But a lot of the agents that I have found just put an overview generic comment on the whole trip plan with kind of like a breakdown, like this is the hotel cost, this is the cancellation policy, things like that, just to make it a little easier.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to add you here so I can look you in the eyes, because people are asking if there's a promo code, or if there's anything that you guys maybe can offer our agents on the line. So if you do have it, maybe not now. I'll reach out to you later. I don't want to put you on the spot.
We can definitely get that provided for you. That is no problem.
Okay, perfect. Trying to play with it. No, I was trying to put.
It's okay. We're all learning here. We are all learning here.
Yeah. So yeah, people again are asking about a promo. So we will try and get we will get some sort of promo code
for you guys. Yes.
Something that I guess I need to. Oh, and we actually have another guest that joined us. Pamela, do you want to join us as well?
Hi, Pamela.
Pamela, can you hear us? She can hear us. I think she's doing other things, so maybe she's.
Oh, but it's okay. She's very, very busy.
Yeah. Yeah, but if she wants to join, I see her in the waiting room. I have like a waiting room, so if she wants to join, you're more than welcome. I will share Larissa's contact information when we send the information for the link for the promo code as well. If people want to try it out, see, I think there's also a trial period, right? There's
we're going to try to come up with a special one for your group, because this is a very special webinar to us. Obviously, travel agents are our number one our number one goal in this. We want to make this easy for you guys, and we want you guys to learn about Travel-42 and all the vast resources that we do offer within Travel-42. So we'll get something special for you guys. I can assure you that.
Wonderful. Perfect. So I don't think Pamela wants to say hi on the line.
I'm sure we will all be in contact soon when you guys use the free trial, because you guys are gonna love it. I can promise you that. I could probably talk about Travel-42 all day if I wanted to, getting into it, but it's really you guys getting in and just seeing the content that we offer, because nobody else is providing that.
Wonderful. It can make you an expert in a few minutes that people don't need to know, that with the stuff that you don't know. And if you don't, I find sometimes when you send it all, it can be quite cumbersome, like too much information. If you take the whole guide, it's like 251 pages. You can't really print and do anything with it. But you can copy and paste some of these things and send people, and maybe
we have tried to make it a lot more customizable. That's why I always recommend reading the information that we list instead of just sending it, because like you said, it can be very cumbersome. Your clients may not want or may not care about historic sites when they're traveling. They may only care about shopping. So you wouldn't send them historic sites because they'll just see that and be like, no. But how cool is it of you to be able to tell them about the historic sites that you already know about? You don't have to tell them you read it on Travel-42, but you can say, hey, you should visit this historic site because it's pretty cool. It's awesome.
Right. And I remember the events. You can pick the month of the year, and you'll see the festivals and the events that are they're doing that month of the trip, or then in general if they're considering going.
Especially for people that like big crowds or don't like big crowds. If you have a traveler who loves being around people, obviously you can find a time that's going to be busy, that they're going to be around a lot of people. Or if you have somebody who just wants to be completely isolated, they don't want anybody there, you're going to find a month that has no events, no big holidays, nothing like that.
Like right now.
Yeah, right now, completely empty.
March through May, no one's here.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people are looking for crowds right now, but let's say in general. In general, yes. Okay, perfect. I don't see that we have any more questions. I will share your information. If people want to reach out, I'll share the website, which I think it's just travel42.com, right? But give people some chance to try it out. You can you can try a session. We'll get you a promo code, and let me know, anyone, if what you think after you tried it. We'll I have
feedback. I can assure you, agent feedback is something that we take very much to heart.
Wonderful. So yes, thank you, Larissa, for your time. Thank you, Pamela, that is hiding, and I see her in the panel. So thank you very much for chaperoning. And we'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll get you guys again when you have some more updates, maybe on a combo on access or some combination, to see how we can get some more information. Our agents right now have the time, and they are learning, and they are getting ready to when people start booking, because again, the agents on our group will be, they need to be different, and they need to show their clients that they are the expert, and you guys can help.
We can. I can show you that. Thank you guys.
It was wonderful. Nice. Thank you. Bye. Bye.